What up, everybody? It's your boy Peppermilk here. You know, WW3 Wexford Waffler the Third. We got ourselves something special today. We're going to be making up, as you can see, we got some red sauce. We got our meatballs. We made some pasta from a day ago. And we are going to turn that into some fancy fondue dinner cheeseburger deliciousness. So, what we're going to do first, we're going to take one of our peppers, and we are going to roast that bitch up. Pop it up over here. Now, make sure you take that label off. You don't want that cooking up and burning up. Now, normally, I toss it up in the oven, but because of how hot it is, I ain't doing that. So we're going to go over to our stove here, and we're going to turn on our burner, and we're going to put that right there. And in a minute or two, we're going to flip that over, and we're going to get ourselves some delicious roasty red pepper goodness. In the meantime, we're going to come back over here. We're going to get... No, I don't want those pots. We're going to take our pot, and we're going to put some of our red sauce in there. And we're going to take our separate pot here, and we're going to put some of our red peppers and our green peppers and our onion. We're going to chop those up. We're going to cook them up, saute them up, make them nice and delicious. I'll be back and show you how to do that in a minute. Now we got our cutting board set up. One quick little trick that I've learned in my years and years and years of various kitchen works. Take a cutting board, put a little piece of wet paper towel underneath, stops it from going anywhere, which makes it a lot safer and a lot easier and a lot better to cut with. So we are going to start with our jumbo white onion here. And we are going to take our knife here. Now, I know everybody loves these fancy ass knives and everything, but this is a $10 Walmart knife. It has lasted me 2 years with barely any need for sharpen on daily use. So if anything happens to it, it's easy and quick to replace. So don't let anybody go and tell you you need to go and buy a $500 knife. Now, $500 knives are great and all, but not all of us can sit here and get a $500 knife every single time we need to. You'll hear me shuffling around looking for my tongs because we got to flip our pepper, and I'm not doing that by hand. No, no, no. Coming back over here to our pepper. Take it, and we'll flip it. Now, back to the onion. Take, and we're going to cut here. Flip it. We're going to cut here. We're going to do a chop, careful, right down the center like that, and we are going to pull apart all of the skin that we do not want. Should peel away all nice with 1 or 2 layers. I don't like that spot on the bottom, so we're going to chop that away. There we go. Now that we have our onion, now we can use these for stock, but I'm not going to right now because I don't like the ickiness of the skin. Otherwise, we would be utilizing it. And we're going to use about that much. Because our sauce already has onions in it. Just make a little extra for our pizza tomorrow while we're here. The best thing about onions is they have lines that you can follow while you're cutting. Go ahead and do that. We don't need anything super small. These are going to cook down nice, and we're going to turn and do one little chop here. We don't want anything too even. We want it nice and kind of rustic here, and that's what we're going to end up with. Pieces about that big. Scoop that over. Now, if you have a plastic cutting board, do not drag your knife along. You will get microplastics up with your food, and nobody wants that. Now, with this, we're going to here. This we do want kind of small because it's going with our pizza tomorrow. And it's just nice to, while we have it here, just chop it up, mince it up, make it all nice and good so that we don't have to do it tomorrow. We can just throw it all together and make our food. It's called prep. I will make videos about how to properly cut and mince everything. Right now I am kind of on a timeline deadline because I have guests for dinner tonight. So we are just going to do that, get our onions to where we want them. And it is about time for our pepper. Go ahead, take a look there, and put it like that. Back over to here. Take our handy dandy little jars that we've got all over the place. Thank you, scavenger. And we are going to take the onion that we want for tomorrow, separate it up, and put it in the jar. Alright, so our pepper is done. Some would say it's burnt, but no, if you know, you know. Actually, I think I want to roast that little section there for a second. Now we are going to start our back pot there on a low heat. And we're going to take just the teensiest of olive oil and toss it in once the pan gets a little hot, but not all the way hot because we don't want to burn our oil. Do just a teensy little bit of oil into the pan. Wait a second, these onions are going to go up in there, and then we'll have room to start chopping up our pepper. Pepper is roasted to goodness. It is going to go in a container where it can sit and steam and be good for a few minutes, and I'll show you how to deal with that when we are good. It's going in the fridge. Now we'll come over here to our pan. We have that much olive oil. We toss this tiny little bit of salt and pepper in there. Little pepper, dash, little salt. One of these. You hear that? That means the onions are ready to go in. Listen to them sizzles. Pepper, we are going to take the top here, take the bottom here, cut right here, and take that bit out. Keep going, take that bit and that bit. We do not want any of the whites with the pepper with our meal. Here. Now we are not going to use all of this. We are going to chop some up for our omelets and our pizza tomorrow. Oh yeah, we're having omelets for breakfast and pizza for dinner here at Wafflers. It's going to be a great Sunday. Just chop those up. Now it's easier to cut if you have it this side instead of this side. The knife will have to fight more, softer. So go ahead and put it with the skin side facing the cutting board. Should look like something like that when we're good and done with what we're going to have. Slice that there. Shake our onions. That's going in for our prep for tomorrow, so into the jar with you. Glass jars are a great way to keep your veggies, your cheeses, everything all nice and fresh, and great for prep for meals for the next day or two. And go one step further, grab some masking tape, go ahead and label them with the date, and then you'll know exactly when they were made, when they were cut, and you should have about 2 to 3 days before they start really needing use. So figure out what you're going to do ahead of time, because we don't want to waste food here at Wafflers. It is not the Waffler way. So now we have our batch of red peppers here. Going to toss that in. Now, I personally like Calabrian peppers to be added to this, but not everybody likes the spice, so we're going to be avoiding those tonight. This is kind of a combination of beef assistant and that roasted red pepper deliciousness dish that I still don't... I think it's a red pepper pesto, to be fair. So with that, we're going to take our green peppers that we had prepared from our sketty the other day. We're going to toss those in the pan, making sure to save some for our omelets and pizza. There's already green peppers in the sauce. There's already onions in the sauce, so you do not need a lot of these. It's the red peppers that we're really going to bring out the flavor and change up this dish. So we should have something looking like that by the time we're getting to need to worry about things. I'm turning the heat up just a little bit. Now, while those are cooking, we are going to take our cheese, the seeds out of here. Not that we don't want to eat the seeds, it's just not everybody's preference. Now, this paper towel that the cheese was wrapped in is salt water-based wrapped, will help your cheese last longer. We are going to go ahead and just put that into little cubes, so that it will melt faster when we get there. It's not going to be enough, so we're going to take another block. Oh, hi kitty, I was wondering where you were. Bubby heard the cheese. She is our official cheese tester. But I will have to get a fresh knife and a fresh cutting board because this has had peppers and onions, and those are not good for kitty systems. So we will go over and get a fresh knife and cutting board, which we have right here. Good kitties. Another Table and Time special, or Time and Table, whatever it is. You know, dyslexia runs rampant here in this kitchen. And we are going to give a couple of slices for the kittens for being so good. Who wants to see the kitties? Kitties! What good babies. And no, we should not give them lots and lots and lots of cheese, but it is their treat because we love them and they are so precious and special. Never give them anything with seasoning or anything. This is just cheddar. Do not give them Mexican cheese. Doodle, you want some more? Do not give them pepper jack. Do not give them habanero. Any type of anything like that that will hurt their little tummies. Okay, last little bits. Good kittens. Yes, good babies. Okay, so back over here. All done, Bubby. That is some good cheese. So we've got our cheese, we've got our milk. Sometimes we'll use heavy cream, but when you're on a budget, heavy cream is really expensive. So we are going to use milk in place of things. So we take a look at our pan here. Everything is looking delicious and smelling even more so. So right now, we're going to go ahead and take a little bit of garlic and toss it in there. Just the ever tiniest little bit though, because we already have garlic in our sauce. Tiny little bit of garlic. Now, here's where things get fun, creative, and interesting. Pickles. You're asking, hey Peppermilk, what are we doing with pickles when we're making leftover spaghetti? Well, we're not making leftover spaghetti. We are making a cheeseburger yummy deliciousness. And that will require pickles. We're going to take a couple of our pickles here. Can also use pickle juice, relish. We just happen to have this big old jar and the need to use them, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a bunch of these pickles. Well, there's a little bit of the juice. Just a tiny bit. Just chop these up. You can also just toss a jar of pickle chips in there if you have them handy and don't feel like doing any of this. This is a great summertime meal. It is akin to cheeseburgers, but will be more like a fondue party. So we're going to get our pickles looking like that. Maybe chop them up just a hint more. Pickles going in with everything else, not the cheese yet. We're going to make a bechamel. Pickles go in with the peppers. I have a pack of pickled peppers and onions and pasta and cheese and deliciousness. That's what that looks like. So for our bechamel, we're going to take our empty pan here, and we're going to put it in on some very, very low heat. And we are going to toss a little bit of our creme of whatever sort you have. Right now we has milk. And toss maybe half a cup, maybe a cup of milk in there. We only believe in measuring when it comes to baking. Because baking is a science, cooking is an art. So sometimes we just kind of wing it and it'll end up delicious anyway. So that's the Waffler's way. I almost forgot we have our meatballs that we have to cut up. Let's just cut them in half. Yeah. I'm sorry, Bubby, these meatballs have onions in them and they're not for kitties. Go ahead and put those like that. Now we have 6 meatballs left and 6 to go in with our deliciousness. Take some of our bacon here that Bubby was so happy to remind me of. Oh no, bacon down! Bubby ate it all. No, she didn't. Yes, kitten. Yes, even I have thumbs and I have problems opening these things. Come here, yous. Bacon for kittens. Bacon for kittens. We'll toss a bunch of bacon in with our veggie stuffs. And we're going to go ahead and toss our meatballs in there. Take our red sauce that we made deliciousness, and we're going to take a good 2 ladles. 2 ladle scoops. Should look about like that. Now with our dairy that is going, we are going to add salt and pepper, of course, and a little more pepper. And we are going to get cornstarch, which is going to help thicken this up a little bit. We have our cornstarch here. Going to make sure it is not warm when you add it, or it will get clumpy and weird. Add a little bit, grab up your whisk it around. It'll also stop your cheese from sticking to things. Take our handy dandy whisk, come on over here, and we are going to mix and mix and mix and mix and mix and mix it up. Mix and mix and mix and mix and mix it up. Now you see how we got all these bubbly bubbles around now? We are going to lower the heat as low as it goes. How low can you go? How low can you go? And we are going to start putting our cheese chunks in there. Now you can add all kinds of things like jalapenos. As I said, Calabrian peppers are good. But we are going to make this somewhat basic for the people's palates that we will be hosting and having. Now, it looks a little bit dense like that. That's fine, because we'll be adding that dairy in just a second. And I think it is time for our roasted red pepper to be dealt with. I will be back. We are good. It is going to be all shrunken and look like this. I'm going to go over to the sink, give it a quick rinse, and I'll show you how it's supposed to look when we're done. Now we're going to take our red pepper, just like the last one, and we are going to cut here. We're going to flip and cut here. Do a bunch of cuts like this. And we're going to leave them a little bit long for texture and identification. So go ahead and slice that. Seeds gone. Put that over here. Oh, I wish you guys could smell how good this is right now. It is like heaven right now over here. And that will be going in with our sauce. So it'll be going in with our bechamel. And just a little bit more. I'm going to save some for later. And while we're here, just gonna go ahead and slice these up. And we'll grab a jar, get those set, put away, and again, we'll be back.